Welcome back. Investing in America and your furry friends. Animal pharmaceutical company Elanco Animal Health making a massive investment in American research and manufacturing after reporting revenue of $1.1 billion in the third quarter. The USDA also granting an accelerated pathway for conditional approval of the company's new immunotherapeutic happening within the next 2 to 3 years. Joining me right now is the CEO of Elanco, Jeff Simmons. Jeff, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here this morning. And I know you've got exclusive news and details about this research expansion. Tell us what you're doing.
Yeah, thank you, Maria. We make some big announcements today. We roll out a very strong growth agenda, a portfolio of historical innovations serving farmers, veterinarians, pet owners, livestock industry. And it really leads to this growth agenda, a $400 million investment in American manufacturing and R&D. In Indiana, we're opening and have opened a major innovation center and a tech center there. We're bringing 2 platforms of innovation back from Europe, monoclonal antibodies and immunotherapeutics to the U.S., and then manufacturing expansion in a major plant for monoclonal antibodies actually in Kansas as well as in Iowa. And, you know, all of this, Maria, is really driven by 3 things we're seeing from the administration. We're seeing tax reform with a big, beautiful bill. That was the first catalyst that really started the stimulus. 2 is regulatory reform. We've got regulatory bodies in both USDA and FDA, and a real call out to both of them. There's more predictability. That innovation's what's driving this investment. And lastly is just clarity on tariffs. So all of this has given us confidence to serve the American farmer, the veterinarian, pet owners like never before. An exciting day for us with the growth agenda that we're laying out.
That is wonderful. And I know you will be announcing all of this today. Well, you've just announced some of it, but you're holding your first investor day today. First investor day in 5 years. You say you're expecting $1 billion in free cash flow within the next 3 years and $250 million in EBITDA savings by 2030. Tell us what you believe will be most important for the Wall Street analysts at your investment day today.
You know, first is just a $40 billion animal health industry that's driven by, the animal protein trends and the healthy eating habits, the humanization of pets. This is an American industry, $40 billion industry. We're expecting to grow over 50% in the next 10 years. Elanco going to converge from just shy of $5 billion to over $6 billion. Comes back to 3 things: growth, innovation, cash. We've got growth by being, number 1 in farm animal health, making farmers more productive, more competitive today than ever before, taking advantage of these protein consumption trends and the humanization of pet. We've got a basket of innovation that's really, really critical, and that's given us this strong financial profile: mid-single-digit top line, high single-digit bottom line EBITDA, and a much stronger free cash flow conversion, that $1 billion over the next 3 years.
That is wonderful. Look, I didn't realize this market was as huge as it is, but when you start talking about the farm animals, I get it. How big of a portion of the business is that, the farmers and the animals on the farm?
Yeah, it's about a $25 billion, so, more than half of the $40 billion. Elanco's the longest-standing animal health brand and company in this industry. Been an American company, came out of Eli Lilly, an independent company in 2018. And this is the first investor conference in 5 years, and we really are going to show the compelling value proposition that we have for the rest of this decade. And it all comes back to really innovation. And we've got a basket of innovation. We're also announcing 5 to 6 new potential blockbusters in both livestock and in pet over these next 5 years, and we're excited about that as well.
Very good. And I know the president loves the farmers and tries to support them so much. What do you think about this bailout that we've been talking about this morning from President Trump for the farmers?
Absolutely the right thing. We're in a cyclical industry, Maria, and the American farmer is a big part of this economy. We're number 1 in beef. Serving the world. We're number 1, the American poultry industry, and the amount of investment going into dairy and pork. And you can see that, right? I mean, the healthy eating habits and making America healthy again is going to make the American farmer strong over time. So bridging through this cyclical challenge is important because there's nothing more than the heartbeat of this economy than the American farmer. And they are globally competitive. And with the access to markets, with the regulatory reform and the FDA and the USDA, Elanco and other companies are going to be able to bring them innovation that just makes them more competitive. So we've got a lot of momentum. The administration is supporting this momentum, and I'm confident the American farmer is going to prevail and be the global leader.
Well, that sounds very positive. Jeff, your company also just received the first FDA emergency use authorization for the treatment of what's called New World screwworm in cats. Tell me about this, because I know this infection can lead to severe tissue damage, even death in felines. Yeah,
New World screwworm is an emerging disease. It's in Mexico, and it's being proactively looked at by the USDA. A real call out to them, as well as the FDA. The FDA has granted conditional approvals quickly. And that's just another example of this regulatory reform. We're prepared. It's not here in the country now, but if it does come, we are prepared.
All right, we'll be watching all of that and certainly your growth story. Jeff, good to see you this morning. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Maria.